At number 10, we've got VRFS. That's a football soccer simulator, a game that's been out for a couple years and always tops the charts as far as free games and even just top games people are playing. Touted as the most realistic physics and competitive multiplayer soccer game, from the running style to the kicking style. Over 4,000 people have given this game a rating of 4.4 stars. People saying they love this game. It's great. It's the best VR football game ever. The physics, the tutorials are great and really helpful. But of course, as you'll see with a lot of the free multiplayer games, lower reviews just citing a toxic community, running around with people saying hurtful things, whining kids, and people even complaining about being banned in the chat. But overall, people love this game. It always shows them in the top if you're looking for a new game or a sports game, and especially if you have friends to go in with so you don't have to hang out with randos, check it out. At number 9, one of the most popular games in the entire world is Roblox, and when Roblox came to VR, we knew it was going to be a hit. Still free, and all of Roblox, with many of the worlds in it designed specifically for VR. There's all kinds of things you can do, from fun places to hang out to fun games you can play with your friends to play things that are going to be so glitchy they might make you sick. Over 8,000 people have given this a lower 3.8 star rating, with people saying they love Roblox and they love doing it in VR with friends, people saying they 100% recommend, and people even saying in honest reviews that they really love it. It's fun and interesting platform and give it a 10 out of 10. People citing getting banned and glitches. If you like Roblox, it might be worth checking out, but it's definitely got a lot of dicey areas. At number 8, gym class used to be gym class basketball, but now it's got all different kinds of sports and even NBA licensed team courts for its original basketball. Multiplayer game with simulation physics, big worlds, but it does have add-ons if you want to unlock the full thing. You're not going to be able to do it for free, but over 70,000 people have given this one of the highest ratings we'll see today. 4.9 stars. 94% of those are 5-star ratings, only 1% 1-star. People saying it's the best, you should just be playing it. There's a black and gold ball that people are all fighting for and talking about in the reviews. People saying it's the best game in VR, and it's free. But of course, there are still low reviews, but some people saying they love it and giving it still a 1-star rating. People citing specific people by name in the game that should be banned in the reviews. But some people saying the dunking, the shooting system is not for them, or people complaining about paying for something and not being able to get support on getting it to work. Probably one of the most popular. If you haven't tried it already, definitely worth checking out. At number 7, Rec Room was one of the earliest social VR experiences and has evolved a long ways from its early days. A social VR game where you have your own dorm room, you can decorate and design, you go out and hang out with other people in all kinds of rooms, from game-built things like laser tag to paintball to custom design rooms where people have made things where you can catch Pokemon and hang out. Basically, you can do anything you want or even build anything you want. But with that, over 34,000 people have given this a 4.2 star. People saying how it's still the most recommended and you can make friends in it. Reviews talking about how it's their favorite game. People just love it. But a lot of recent reviews talking about how the game is falling from where it once was. It was a great past, but a flawed present. Had a real falling off and feels like the community is dying out. There's still some communities inside the game that you can get in and hang out specifically with those people that are amazing. But as the game has expanded to flat and even mobile, it definitely has taken a turn. Number 6, Vegas Infinite was once called Poker Stars, although they expanded it, took it to the world of Vegas, and this is a gambling simulator. Tabletop hangout simulation where you are doing all different kinds of card games, tabletop casino games. You're not risking real money, but it still says 18 and up only, please. 29,000 people bring this thing almost to a 4-star rating, with people talking about how they've played this for years. A lot's changed and they're impressed. People citing it's still a bit buggy even when they give it 5 stars, and reviews citing that it seems like people say a lot of bad things about it, but they are mostly the players who got caught cheating or had toxicity, and the lower issues saying that there is just too many kids, that they once liked it and they don't play anymore, that it feels rigged now and that kids are just hacking it. It definitely feels like the reviews have taken a turn for the worse on this game. Number 5 is VR Chat, and it's hard to imagine you don't know what this is with the huge viral sensation this once was. A social game where you can do and be pretty much anything you want, and probably the closest we have to Ready Player One's VR Oasis. People have redesigned whole other games in VR Chat, like Among Us. There's cool, beautiful rooms you can hang out. You can go walk through the Breath of the Wild land, or you can just stare at yourself in a mirror dressed as an anime girl, which is probably what most people are doing. 30,000 ratings, giving this a 3.7 star rating. Reviews citing that it's amazing, but people really need to watch their kids. And people just love VR Chat and spam all kinds of emojis. The adults are the toxic ones, but still giving it a 5-star review. And then 1-star reviews are full of everything you can imagine, from cringy people all the way to people citing things like predators. VR Chat's one of the biggest games with the largest communities on VR, but there are all kinds of people in it.
great.
At number 4, Yeeps is a newer one of the store and also highest rated hide and seek game that has you bouncing around on your hands with a belly full of stuffing that you can use to pull out and craft anything in front of you. You're chasing down your friends, you're trying to take them out, or you're just having fun building and hanging out. And over 70,000 people giving this thing a 4.9 star rating, 94% 5 stars and only 1% 1 star. People saying it's more fun than Gorilla Tag. Others just saying, yee. Don't use that. Others talking about how they want to see the game develop and get more items, but pretty familiar 1-star reviews. People citing toxic people, getting banned, bullying, fake players, toxicity. Sadly, something you're pretty much going to get in every free multiplayer game. By the time we get to the top of the list, we are in monkey territory, and Scary Baboon comes in at number 3. A gorilla-based horror game, backrooms, entities you run from, a wild survival challenge, in a game that's free, but you can buy and use tons of gold, and over 36,000 ratings at a 4.6 star rating, with 5-star reviews saying good and bad things about the game. People saying it really is one of the best horror games they played. The jump scares are great, that they're still continuing to improve the gameplay, but low reviews citing that they bought cosmetics and didn't get what they paid for, that they took away the new updates and they're not happy with the changes, their old purchases and their old maps back, and just a lot of complaining in the low and even in the high reviews on this one. Why do you think that is? At number 2, Gorilla Tag is no surprise it's at the top, but it might be surprising it's not the very top anymore as it was for so long. A gorilla-based game where you bounce around your hands for locomotion and quickly becoming one of the biggest games not only in VR but in the world. 147,000 people in most reviews of any game give it a 4.6 star rating. Reviews are all over the board on this, from just spamming to monkey to people complaining about the new updates, but genuine reviews, surprisingly from Mr. Poopy Butthole, saying that it does have a huge community, there is a lot of kind people, and there's cool maps, regular updates, cosmetics, and that they do recommend it to new people. But then others, of course, complaining about the community and the updates and the bans. Starting to see a real trend here, aren't we? Before number 1, a quick honorable mention. Big Scary almost made the list today. Yet another baboon-based horror game, one that's been around a while and offers something different as far as horror and scares, with a 4.6 star rating. If you are looking for something gorilla-based and horror, but something a little different than all the others, might be one to look at. And the new number 1 is Animal Company, a game that hasn't been out nearly as long as Gorilla Tag, but is described as a mix of Gorilla Tag and Lethal Company, and already has somehow passed 100,000 reviews when it hasn't been out even a year. Survival chaos multiplayer VR adventure game, and our last 4.9 star rating of the day. Reviews citing it's fire, it's the best game you'll ever play, there's so many things to do but they want more, and those very few 1-star reviews citing the same things we've heard in others: bullying, toxicity, scams, people just hated the game, people warning other parents the game really shouldn't be for kids. But that's the 10 top free games you're going to be playing on the Quest right now. Which ones are you playing on the list? Which ones do you think should have been on the list? Or because of all the complaints we heard about, do you basically avoid anything multiplayer or free or both? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you once again for being here with me today, and I'll see you in another reality.